Welcome back to another episode of Life According to Richard and Sam. I'm Sam.
I'm Richard.
Today's a special day. This is a big moment in the podcast's history. We have our first guest, a very special man to both of us. His name is Joey Janik. Joey, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, my name's Joey Janik. I went to college with Sam and Richard. Both great men. I'm happy to be here and I appreciated the invite to come on and talk.
Always. So, Richard, do you want to just give a quick overview of what we're going to be doing today?
All right, so Joey, basically what we're doing is we're going to do like an interview style format here, and we jotted down some questions, and we're just going to kind of ask you some questions and see where the conversation goes.
Okay, it sounds dangerous, but I like it.
And then I just want to say that sorry for the mouth breathing and stuffy nose. I just was up north and allergies really got me.
Yeah.
But we'll be good.
Do you have any special announcements you want to make, Joey?
Me? No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, without further ado, why don't you start us off, Richard?
All right, Joey. You kind of told us before, but what was your first screen name and why?
My first screen name was J3 Baller. Had it on my Xbox 360. And I picked that because my initials are JJJ. So the J3 just worked. And then Baller, big basketball kid growing up. So had to have that in there. So that's how that came up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still a big baller here, boy?
Am I still a big baller? I still play every once in a while, just like for fun. Me and Sam used to do intramural basketball. That was always a good time.
That was always a good time.
We'd usually get killed, but it's fun to go ball out for a bit.
Yeah. Do you have friends now that knew you back then? So do they know all about that Xbox gamer tag?
Yeah. Some of my high school friends that I'm still pretty close with, we all gamed growing up, so I still get called it from time to time. We always call each other by our gamer tags. I don't know why. It's just something we do. So I still get it from time to time.
Yeah.
But I switched it to J Splash now, so I get a lot of that now too. So it's been a fun time.
I like J Splash.
Yeah, J Splash. I do too. I don't really have a reason for it either. I just rolls off the tongue, I think. So
yeah, it does roll off the tongue. I was just going to say that. So kind of going off that. So I'm assuming you're a big Xbox or gamer guy. What are you really into playing now? And when J3 Baller was what was the big game you were playing back then?
So J3 Baller was the Xbox 360 days. So
okay.
For that, played a lot of 2K, a little bit of FIFA. Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty I played, so I played a lot of that. A lot of Call of Duty games. Modern Warfare 2, I think, is still my favorite to this day, and it might just be because it was like my first one in that nostalgia factor, but it just released that remastered campaign on PlayStation, actually, so I bought that the day it came out just to relive the glory days a little bit, so that was pretty fun. Beat it in a day, which was kind of sad, but... But yeah, so I switched to J Splash when I got a PlayStation. And that was I made the switch.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, why's that?
Well, actually, I prefer the PlayStation 3 just because they had free online. So as a little kid, that was always nice. But Xbox Game Pass has me hooked on Xbox right now.
I actually built a computer a month or two ago, and with one of my parts, I got Game Pass free on there for like 3 months. So I've been playing some games on there, which has been fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but the main reason I switched actually is because me and my friends play a lot of Call of Duty. We play competitively. We used to play in wagers online, so we put money on games against random people, and we usually get smoked, but it was fun. But COD switched from Xbox as their console of choice, what all the pros are playing on and stuff, to PlayStation. So then naturally we had to all get PlayStation. So we all switched, and when Xbox One and PS4 came out, we all got PS4s. So
okay.
But yeah, man, my PC's been fun. I haven't really played a lot of competitive stuff. I played Valorant right when it came out a lot. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
The transition from using a controller to going to a mouse is unreal. It's so different.
Yeah, it is.
And like I'm alternating now because I still have some friends that don't have computers, so I play on PlayStation. So, like you think you're getting the feel for one, and then you play on the other one. You're like, what's happening? And that flip flop just drives me nuts. But we're figuring it out.
Do you think you're better as a computer gamer, or do you think you're like playing better as a computer gamer, or still as a controller guy?
Um, it kind of depends because like Valorant, there's not a bunch of commands to do. It's pretty much you can do it all on your mouse. If you have a couple extra keys, you can bind it up. So that
Okay.
game I'm pretty good with mouse and computer. Like I like the aim a lot more with a mouse. But I downloaded Warzone on my computer and I cannot figure out for the life of me how to not be bad. So for like Call of Duty and stuff, like I plug my controller into my computer and just play with my controller just because it's less foreign to me. So
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could easily just plug in your controller
yeah, Venom.
if you
Yeah.
miss it.
Rocket League too, yeah. Because Rocket League's impossible on a keyboard, so definitely want to use a controller for that one. But with the Steam Summer Sale, me and my friends were just looking through stuff, and Bloons Tower Defense 6 was 99 cents.
No.
So we all bought Bloons Tower Defense, so we've been just playing that and just goofing around. It's been pretty fun, actually. No, it's just a little silly game, but I don't know. It's pretty fun. I recommend it.
Yeah.
I was on like Twitch and I saw there was like some big streamer or something playing Bloons, and I was like, what the?
It's low-key addicting. Like,
Yeah.
it gets kind of repetitive after a while, so you can't play like all night, obviously. But when you're just starting, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just something about it, like Candy Crush.
It's easy, yeah.
Bloons was my go-to game in school if we had like our computers out and I had no like motivation to do whatever we were doing. I would just play Bloons all the time.
Oh, 100%. Yup.
Right.
Yeah, I had a couple online classes in high school, and I'd finish them early for the day, so I'd just sit there and play Bloons. And one time, I was taking a class virtually, but I had a teacher for help, so we were supposed to meet with him one day at the end of class, and he came in a little early and asked if we wanted to come in. And me and my friend are just sitting there playing Bloons on the school computers. And he walks and he's like, all right, well, we can talk whenever. You guys can finish your games first and then come talk to me. And that was one of my greatest teacher moments to this day. That was so funny.
Yeah. So we got a couple more questions. The next one is, what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? My dirty okay. It's really not, I don't know if it's dirty pleasure, but Tovo, the artist.
Okay.
Huge fan of Tovo. I don't know why, but I just really like her music, and people think it's weird. Like, why do you listen to that and stuff like that? I don't know. It's different than what I normally or typically listen to even, but I really enjoy it. So I guess that's kind of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really peg you for a Tovlo kind of guy,
See, that's what I'm saying. No one does,
but I dig it. I dig it.
I don't know. There's something about strong female vocals that just hit different to me. I don't know what it is. It gives me chills sometimes. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So,
Bro, don't get me started on strong female vocals because I am I'm a huge Fleetwood Mac fan.
yeah.
And like Stevie Nicks, I love Stevie Nicks. So like stuff like that, Stevie Nicks. Have you ever listened to Alice in Wonderland?
Yes.
Like Allison, yeah, I love her music too. I know she was on the 2K. Was it 19?
Yeah. I don't know. I've bought 2K in years. It's the same game every year.
Yeah, but she's like the song that she has on there is really good. Like it's called "Cry." I like that song. So yeah, I'm a big sucker for strong female vocals too. What about you, Richard? You big female vocals kind of guy, or?
I mean, I am. I can't really name any. I mean, other than like Fleetwood Mac and I guess Heart.
Yeah, Heart, ABBA.
They're really good.
What are some other good bands? And then there's like the Amy Winehouses of the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Yeah. So does that mean you like big Beyonce guy, Joey?
I don't listen to a lot of Beyonce. I'm more of, she hasn't really released a bunch of stuff now. It's more of like the pop females that I really have. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Kiara is.
Yeah.
I think Back to You, I think is her most popular song, but I love her voice. Billie Eilish isn't really powerful, but Billie Eilish's voice, I think, is very good as well.
What about Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga, I can vibe with some good Lady Gaga.
Yeah, she's like a
No.
sleeper dog.
No, 100%. You don't think about her, but and then you're like I had to think about it for a second. Like I haven't listened to her in a while, but like I like a lot of her songs. Like I'll listen to them.
So kind of going off of that, just from how I know you and like how we hang out, like you're a big rap guy too.
Yes.
So you like female rappers, like Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj.
Sometimes some of their songs I enjoy and appreciate, but it's just like all of their rap music. Like some are hits, some are big misses.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion, though, I really don't. In my opinion, she has no songs that I think are bops. I'm not a big fan.
Not a big hot girl summer kind of guy.
No, not a big hot girl summer guy. But Nicki Minaj, you guys know I'm a big fan of Nicki Minaj.
Yes, we do.
Dance with Big Sean, that remix, singing that verse gives me life.
Yeah, we know. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, what's your go-to karaoke song? But I think you just answered that.
That would definitely be, or Bet on It from High School Musical 2.
Yeah,
Big fan of that song. The whole High School Musical 2 soundtrack, so good. Best one of the three, without a doubt.
I don't think I've asked you, Richard, this. What's your go-to karaoke song? Since we'll just do all three of ours real quick.
Oh, geez, I don't know. Oh man, I don't do a lot of karaoke.
Okay, if you had to pick like one song that you think you could do,
Something Billy Joel.
okay,
Like I can match Billy Joel pretty well. Piano Man's a little long.
yeah. For me, it's probably Dreams by Fleetwood Mac or Brandy. You're in parentheses, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass. I'm a sucker for classic rock songs.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
So I think I'd have to go with those two. Do you have any other musicians you want to plug real quick on here, Joey?
Musicians I want to plug. Well, the Juice WRLD album just came out. Big fan.
Yeah, me too.
I'm also into heavier rock as well, though. So A Day to Remember, probably my favorite band right now.
Ooh.
Bring Me the Horizon's very good as well.
You know what's like really sad right now for me? I like don't know any of the artists you guys are talking about.
Oh, dude, Juice WRLD, fantastic album.
I've never heard anything by Juice WRLD. I've heard of them, just never heard anything.
You got to listen to Juice WRLD.
I think you probably have if you heard the song. You'd be like, I've heard that around.
I guess maybe.
Some of them are pretty popular.
Yeah. I just like, I'm not a huge rap guy, except for like old stuff, like, 80s stuff like that, like gangsta rap and Eminem stuff, like 2000s Eminem.
Did you hear Eminem's new song?
I don't know. Probably not.
I think
It's him and Kid Cudi, right?
Like last week.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Friday.
Yeah, I know.
That was Friday, wasn't it?
I think so. It was Friday or last week.
I didn't even know he did.
Yeah.
It's a good song. I like it.
I'll have to listen to that one.
But yeah, those bands they were big in like 2000s pop punk type stuff. But I like that kind of music a lot as well. Probably more so than rap now, which is kind of a transition for me because I used to be pretty much just rap.
Ooh.
But I don't know. My angsty side likes the pop punk.
All right, let's get with this. Joey, what technology do you wish existed?
Technology I wish existed.
Yeah, like anything.
It's a tough one. We have so much technology, like it's hard to think like they're obviously to come up with more stuff that's gonna be relevant in our lives, but like it's hard to like wrap your head around it. But I'll think of something. Give me a sec.
Do you know yours, Richard?
Dog, I don't know.
Because I got mine. I mean, this is pretty basic answer, but as a history major, I really want a time machine. I think that'd be so cool. Like, I don't even think like just you being back there, but like somehow being able to just like watch what's going on and not like, mess up the time flow. Cause I know that's a big thing with a lot of like time science, I guess you could call it, where it's like, oh, if you go back in time and do this, there's like the butterfly effect and everything. But like if there was a way to just like put yourself in this scenario without being able to mess anything up, I think that'd be so cool.
Oh, I feel like we're like getting really close to that with the VR stuff.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff is like scary real. And even the stuff that's like not even realistic looking. Like I did like an Oculus demo at like a Best Buy, and one of it gives you like a bunch of things where you just look around. You don't move at all or touch anything. And it puts you on a skyscraper in like the steampunk city, and you're like checking out all the huge buildings. And then I'm afraid of heights. I looked down and I'm on the edge of this really tall building, and I like actually felt my stomach sink.
Wow.
And I mean, there are the videos too where like people are doing that stuff and somebody pushes them. If somebody pushed me, I'd like die.
So, Joe, you think of something?
Yeah, I don't know how plausible it really is, but I think like a teleporting machine so you could travel like across the world and just by going through a teleport. I think that'd be so cool.
That'd be awesome.
And I know it's pretty sci-fi, but if they could somehow figure out a way to do that, I don't know how you'd even do it, but that'd be super cool.
Like
I think
just being able to like, oh, I'm going to Tokyo today for lunch, and then like, yeah, that'd be so awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Or as a soccer guy, you want to catch a Chelsea game, you just teleport to London for the day, and then you go home and work the next day if you're good to go.
I mean, I don't know if I'd want to watch a Chelsea game, but
I forgot you like to watch bad soccer.
Oof.
I don't know. We won today, so I mean,
it's Arsenal.
Yeah, that is true.
But we lost to Sheffield, so I can't really talk. But Leicester lost too, so it's all right.
What about you, Richard? You think of something?
Man, it's difficult. Like, there's a lot of things. I don't know. I was trying to think of something along the lines of like a garden and stuff, but like make like a microclimate, but like for trees and stuff would be really awesome.
That just jogged my memory. I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna say something.
Like, it'd be awesome to like live in Alaska or something and grow a freaking lemon tree. I mean, I guess you could build like a greenhouse and heat it, but just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I guess we kind of have that.
The thing that
just make it really affordable.
Oh, dude, I mean, most of this stuff probably would not be affordable when it first comes out, like most things. But the thing that reminded me of is that food microwave from Spy Kids.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be so cool. It's like, oh, what do I want tonight? I just want McDonald's, but I just put this like little capsule in a microwave and hit some buttons, and oh, I got a Big Mac. I think that'd be so cool.
I want a Big Mac now.
Yeah, me too.
That would be good. I was thinking about Big Macs the other day.
I'm trying to think of the last time I had a Big Mac. It's been a couple months. I usually don't order a Big Mac when I'm at McDonald's anymore.
I don't. It's been like a year for me.
Wow.
For me, it's been probably a couple months. I don't know. Growing up, McDonald's was the only fast food in my town, so I pretty much, when I had fast food, that's what it was. So I kind of, once I got up to, kind of just avoided McDonald's at all costs.
Yeah.
But starting like senior year, I went again. I was like, all right, this isn't so bad.
Yeah. All right. So keeping with the technology theme, if you had to delete all your apps on your phone except for 3 of them, which ones would you keep?
Instagram, probably social media I check the most.
Yeah.
I used to be like super big on Twitter, but they keep updating. Like, you don't see the most recent stuff. I know you can change it, but then I see stuff I don't want to see sometimes too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But like OG Twitter was good. I don't really use it a ton anymore, so I probably don't need that one. So it'd probably be Instagram, Snapchat. I don't text or call people at all. I'll call them on Snapchat if I'm going to call them. It's pretty much what I use to communicate. And third one, Clash of Clans without a doubt. It's something to do.
I forgot you're a big Clash guy.
I started playing during quarantine again just because I got bored and I kind of got hooked again. Because I played in high school a lot and then went to college, stopped playing. And like they're off-brand games like Brawl Stars and Clash Royale, I'd play here and there.
Yeah.
But Clash of Clans called me home and I'm kind of hooked again.
You back?
Yeah.
So if I had to delete all my apps except for 3, I think I would just do Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter.
Jeez.
Because I mean, I love memes, and like Joey, I usually use Snapchat to communicate with people the most. So like if I did that, like I wouldn't be able to communicate with my parents, which might be a problem. But but like I can get most of the news I need from those other 2 sources, and sometimes Snapchat. I know they've been adding that, but also like Twitter memes are unrivaled, so I would need to keep that.
See, I disagree with that.
Really? What do you think is the best place that has memes?
Well, the best place for memes is Reddit,
Well, yeah.
but I think Instagram, if you follow the right accounts, the memes are a lot better than Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a big thing. Like I've always found this funny. It's like really social media when it comes to meme is just memes are like it's like 4 websites using like just reposting memes from all the other ones. So like
Yeah,
you'll find like Tumblr posts and Reddit posts and tweets on like Instagram or like and then the other 3 on like Twitter and stuff. But I do agree that like if you follow the right pages on Instagram, they're hilarious. So what about you, Richard? What are you keeping?
For me, you brought up a good point. I was originally going to go with Instagram, but I'm going to go with Snapchat, YouTube.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And Spotify. I got to keep up with my podcasts and get some tunes.
Spotify would be rough.
Spotify is a good point. I might actually have to kick Clash of Clans out for Spotify. I listen to music all day, so
yeah, I might have to ditch Twitter.
It's a good call.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come back and ask Joey some more questions.
All right.
So we'll see you in a minute.
All right, we're back.
Okay. I think you're up for the question, Richard.
All right, Joey. If there was a sandwich named after you, what would be on it?
Okay. I mean, my go-to sandwich is turkey, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and cheese. So I think I'd probably go with that just because it's what I eat a lot. I make sandwiches just about every day for lunch with that stuff on them. It's kind of a staple of my.
Okay. I feel like you need to add some jelly beans in there because your jelly legs.
I don't know. I think that would be the name. The jelly legs. That's a pretty dope sandwich name.
The jelly legs.
Kind of like an herbs and gerbs.
Yeah. Or the Janik. That's a pretty good one too. So if I had a sandwich, I mean, it would basically be a Cuban because that's my favorite type of sandwich. But I think I would add bacon to it because you can never have enough pork on a sandwich. So it would be just a Cuban with bacon on it.
Okay.
And I don't know what I'd call it. Probably the namey or something.
For me, I would probably do like I don't know. I like a lot of stuff. It would have to be like a roast beef, smoked ham, lettuce, tomato, spinach, banana peppers, a little spicy ones, not like the sweet ones.
Yeah.
And cucumbers with like a honey mustard sauce on it.
Okay. A lot of stuff.
That sounds like a salad.
Yeah. That's a monster right there.
So what's everybody's favorite condiment? You know, like you're in a pinch, your go-to condiment.
Ketchup, hands down.
It's a toss-up, but I'm probably gonna go with sour cream.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Sour cream.
I love sour
That's
cream.
a good one. Would you put sour cream on your sandwich?
If I needed to.
No, I'm talking about like the jelly legs / the Janik. Would you put sour cream on there?
No, I'd put mayonnaise on it because that's what it was a toss-up between. Because
Okay.
I love mayonnaise too. I eat in a lot of stuff. So
I think I'd go with mustard because there's a pretty big variety.
Yeah. Would you go with just the yellow mustard, or would you do like a ground mustard, or what?
If I had to pick a mustard, it'd be Dijon.
Dijon. Okay.
I think it's got a good balance of flavor and a little bit of bite to it.
Okay. Yeah. Me, I just like put ketchup on everything, like straight up. Eggs, you name it. You tell me something, and I'll tell you if I put ketchup on it. Come on.
I don't know. That egg one's kind of. I mean, ketchup and eggs is good, but I don't like do it occasionally. Like if I'm at a breakfast place and I got hash browns and the ketchup gets on the eggs, I'll eat it. But I'm not just going to go out of my way to put ketchup on eggs.
Nah, ketchup all over that. Come on now. Like hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, like mac and cheese even.
that's what I was gonna ask you. Put ketchup on your mac and cheese.
You do that, Joey?
No, I don't. I think that's gross.
Hey, you're gross.
Wow. You're gonna insult our guest like that, Richard?
It's all right. We're brothers in a bond here.
That's fair.
So what's your go-to thing with sour cream, Joey? Whether you're dipping it in something or you're putting sour cream on something, what's your go-to?
Oh, I like chips, like just about any type of chip. Like people use dip. I use sour cream. I think sour cream's better.
Oh, that seems like something I might have to try.
No, I'm telling you, try nacho cheese Doritos.
Ooh, I might have to go to
dip them in sour cream. It'll change your life forever.
Actually, I've done that before.
And it changed your life forever, right?
It was good. It's kind of like a taco or like nachos.
Yeah.
But I used to love sour cream. Yeah. Like I would like kind of eat like a spoonful. It's crazy.
I think I do agree that sour cream is like, if we were ranking condiments, sour cream is definitely like A tier to S tier, because like sour cream and taquitos slap. Sour cream and like,
oh yes,
like it's the go-to condiment for like Tex-Mex food. So like that's awesome. And like there's a lot of things that sour cream goes good with compared to what sour cream does not go good with.
Right.
I think for me, big one is just like a roast beef sandwich with Dijon mustard, like a good like Dijon in it. I think that's real good. And like a nice hard roll.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So
you're making me hungry.
I know, I'm making myself hungry. It's kind of dangerous doing this late at night. So another question, if you could have any talent in the world, which one would you want the most?
Any talent? Well, I really like soccer, so if I could have the talent level to be a professional soccer player, I'd probably pick that. I think that'd be super cool. Get to go to Europe to master my craft and play against some of the best players in the world. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I was definitely going to go with like professional athlete of some sort, either like soccer or like golf, because my golf skills are severely lacking.
Oh, maybe I should switch to that too.
But I think it'd be so cool to be like a pro soccer player, especially because like just going across the world playing against some of the most popular global athletes would be so cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Richard?
For me, I'd probably say I wish I had the skill of like a Michelin star chef.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because I'm pretty decent at cooking. I kind of figured out my way around the kitchen a little bit, but I'm not that great.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
I've also kind of realized that my palate, my tasting, is not the best, which kind of sucks for cooking.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other cool talents to have.
I wish I could sing. Just because I'm tone deaf. Yeah. So even if I could like sing averagely, I'd be cool with that.
You want some lessons? Maybe.
I'll take you up on that because I cannot keep a tone to save my life.
I don't know, Joey. What like you said earlier, your rendition of the dance remix is fantastic.
That's true. But that's a rap. I don't have to sing. I just talk words.
And you with the High School Musical 2 soundtrack is also impeccable.
Yeah, but that just sounds bad. It's fun, but yeah.
What are some other good ones?
Well, yeah, I didn't get a job for the summer, so Joey, I'm a little strapped for cash. I could use a student.
Maybe I'll take you up on
that.
Okay. Go ahead, Richard.
Here's the last question we've got for you. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
I've ever been given, and lots of good advice throughout my years. So let's try and dial this in.
I can't even think of one for this one, honestly. It's just...
I think for me, it's probably just live in the moment. Like, don't worry about what's going to happen down the road. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. Just because there's so much truth behind it. Like, you can't go back and undo something that happened. Like, it happened. You have to just move on and learn from it if it was a bad experience or something like that. And then if you're just too busy dwelling on the future, then you're going to miss what's right in front of you, and you're just going to assume the worst or best when you really don't know. So I think just being where you're at and being content with where you're at is probably the best advice I've ever been given.
Yeah. That's really good advice. What was I thinking? I had one and I forgot it. You think of yours, Richard?
I'm trying to think. There are like some really good. Like I've been given a lot of good advice. I just like can't think of anything right now. But right now I'm drawn to The Hobbit.
Okay.
Like the book, because there's just so much like wisdom on like don't be afraid and go out there. You know, I mean, it's kind of like what Joey said, but you know, that whole book is about gaining courage to go on an adventure and finding yourself, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I do like the message of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy, especially when it comes to that, because I think it is important. Like, just like, hey, life's really short. Like, go do that thing you've been putting off, or like, go do that thing you've been thinking about doing. I'm trying to think I think the biggest one that stands out to me is kind of along the same lines. It's like my biggest thing that I've always learned and like had been given advice, especially like for who I am as a person, is like life's too short to try and please everybody. Like you're gonna find people that don't agree with you, and like that's totally fine. It happens, and like you shouldn't like actively always try and like get on everybody's good side, because it's just not healthy for you in the long run, because you're gonna be thinking like, oh, do they like me? Is like, what did I do wrong? And it might not even be you. It's just like always in the back of your head. So I think that's some big advice that stuck with me.
That is good.
I actually do have one more question, and it's kind of stemming from last week's episode. Those of you who haven't listened, it's sports. I love this question. It was one of the podcasts that I listen to. It's a Barstool's baseball podcast. It's called Starting Nine. They always ask their interview guests a question along these lines. It's their question is, if you could go back to any baseballing event ever, like you're just in the stands watching it, you're not like out on the field or anything or playing, where would you go to? So I want to ask you, Joey, if you could go to any sporting event or like sports memory in history, which one would you go to and why?
I would probably go to Chelsea's Champions League final game against Bayern.
In Bayern?
Just because it wasn't in Bayern. I don't remember.
Wasn't it?
Where it was. So it was the Champions League finals in a neutral site, I believe. I know they played Bayern. I don't know if it was.
No, it was in the Allianz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess I'm a fake fan.
I think they picked the site beforehand, so I don't think they could have switched
it before, yeah. No, okay. Yeah. But yeah, that makes it even more impressive. I never knew that actually. But yeah, to go into their place as severe underdogs and still come out and win, and that game was incredible.
Yeah,
just from start to finish.
That's crazy.
Another one that I actually lived and I'd like to go back to again was that Packers-Cowboys playoff game where Dez dropped it. that game was so fun to be at, and just that whole thing was wild. So I'd go back to that maybe. That was really fun.
I think for me, it'd have to be to like watch Nolan Ryan pitch, because I think Nolan Ryan is one of the best pitchers of all time. Like the amount of like no hitters that he has is insane, or like no hitters and one hitters. So I'd want to go see like one of those and just see how dominant of a pitcher he was. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. Or like seeing Jordan play or something like that along those lines. Just seeing like one of the all-time greats at what they do, just play, just even like any normal game. I think that'd be really cool too.
That or Tiger's 05 Masters, which is
that'd be insane.
One of the greatest golf performances of all time. What about you, Richard?
Honestly, since my team hasn't won a Super Bowl or anything like that, I would go back to like any game with Barry Sanders. Ooh. Just to like watch him play.
That'd be cool.
Because you can watch all the highlight reel you want, but you'll never be able to like see how great he is unless you saw it live.
Yeah. I think another one for me is like, I don't know why, but Johan Cruyff is one of my favorite like old school football players. So I think I'd want to go see him play when he was at Barcelona.
Yeah, it would be really cool seeing a lot of those old guys. I think being at speak of old, I'll just say this one, the Maradona Hand of God game. I think that'd be so funny to be at.
Because especially like, I know we're going to soccer nerd on you for a bit, Richard.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's one of the most controversial World Cup goals. Actually, it's the most controversial World Cup goal. And
100%.
and then like this in the next half, he goes and scores one of the greatest goals of all time.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so cool.
I just wanted to swing back to The Hobbit real quick, just because like I found the song, like a song that's in The Hobbit.
Okay.
And it just like, I don't know, it kind of resonates with me. Like it goes, the road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began. Now far ahead the road has gone, and I must follow if I can.
Okay. Well,
that's just like, that's a great one. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that is a really good message.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, like life keeps going and going and going. You got to keep up, And I feel like, that book is also like, smell the roses if you can, Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to think of good, like, messages and songs that I've listened to.
Oh, that could be like a whole episode.
That could be a whole episode. Joe, do you have anything real quick? Like any song lyrics that you think send a good message or a message that really resonates with you?
Light That Never Comes by Linkin Park. It's kind of dark.
Yeah.
But it kind of just puts like the value on every single person. Like you might think that you're not a big deal and no one cares about you or anything like that. But the song's like that, the singer does care about you and stuff like that. And you should know that there are people in your corner, even when it feels like there's no one there.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
I think another good one, I know this is another Fleetwood Mac reference, but in their song Dreams, like the whole chorus is like, thunder only happens when it's raining. So like really like that, I think that really resonates with me. It's like, hey, bad stuff happens, but like it's not all the time. So if you're going through stuff, like just don't let it bother you because it'll get better. You think of anything, Richard?
Yeah, there's a song, I kind of talked about the band and the music podcast we had, called An en mij kantereit. They have a song called Afgevraagd,
okay,
which means like often asked.
Yeah.
And it's like its message is kind of like, you can always come home. Like you're, I don't know. It's kind of hard to like translate it because I have to like look up a translation. But yeah, it's just kind of like the message is like, you're always, it's about going home basically.
Yeah. Which
is always nice. Because I've felt homesick before personally. So
I'm trying to think if I really haven't been homesick because college is the only time I've really been away from home a lot. And it doesn't seem like I'm away from home because I'm hanging out with people that I love being with, which is like when I'm at home. So, but,
right.
Yeah. Do you have any final remarks, Joey, before we wrap things up?
No, I'm just thankful you guys gave me the chance to come on here and talk. I had fun discussing these questions. Put me on the spot a couple times, but
yeah,
it was fun. So thanks for having me.
Like we always do, follow us on social media. If you want to plug your social media, Joey, go ahead.
Yeah, Joey, you want to be followed?
I don't even know what my social media is. I think it's JoeyJ1721.
Yeah.
If you want to throw me a follow.
I'm at Namey on Instagram. But other than that, once you finish us off, Richard.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Life According to Richard and Sam, or at 2RichardandSam. Also, we're on YouTube now, so you guys can check us out. we're kind of hoping that when we get back on campus, we can figure out a way to start like recording together and video.
Ooh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah. And that would make it a little more fun with the guests too.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Sorry, Joey.
I mean, we might have to have our first recurring guest with Joey.
Okay.
First two-timer.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been Life According to Richard and Sam. I'm Richard.
And I'm Sam. Go ahead, Joe. You can do it too.
I'm Joey.
See you next time.
Yeah. See you next week.